Alright, how y'all doing today? Today we're going to pick back up on the EcoFlow 2 and we're going to see how long it takes to solar charge it today. And we're going to start that test here shortly, so let's get to it. We're going to be retesting, or not retesting, we're going to charge up this EcoFlow River 2 Max with these solar panels I got from Harbour Freight a while back. These are 100 watts a piece. Got them back on sale back probably 5 months ago or so. They performed well. They've actually put out more than 100 watts a piece. And we're gonna go, there's Katie Cam. Say hey, Katie. All right, we got the panels set up. Got all my cables and everything organized in a bag. It's the way I keep them. So we got the panel set up, just your basic. We got 200 watts of solar going on here. And we're gonna hook it up and see what it does and see how long it takes to charge the EcoFlow River Max. It says it can take up to 220 watts, but this is the only configuration I'm gonna be able to set them up in. I think it's gonna be in parallel. I'll hook that up and see what we're getting. So grab the EcoFlow and I'm gonna hook it up. We're all cabled up except for hooking up the last cable, and we're sitting there putting out 19 volts. And you're not gonna know any amperes or wattages until I plug it in. So this will be hooked up in parallel. So we're gonna plug it up, see how it goes. Okay, according to the EcoFlow, we're getting 167, 66 watts. Right now it says it's only gonna take 2 hours to charge from 12%. So that'll be impressive. I'm not set up for optimum solar angle right now, so I'm not too disappointed with that number. Before it gets here, it says we're getting, from this meter, it says we're getting 170 watts at 11 amps at 15 volts. So we're gonna see, this is gonna get some better sun, but it says we only got 2 hours, so we'll see. Oh, and by the way, it was 11 o'clock when I started. 12% battery and 2 hour charge time is what it says. So we'll check back in a little while. It's actually 11:01 right now, so I just walked back in. So we'll see it's like in about an hour and a half. All right, I couldn't wait an hour. Well, I couldn't wait an hour. Anyway, and according to the meter, we are putting out 173 watts at 11 amps, 15.5 volts. That's good. We started this with 12%. We were up to 30% in 30 minutes. And still says we got 2 hours to go. So we're gonna go check the mail. Well, Capital One wants to give you some credit, something bad. You can see me walking back up on the little solar setup I got going on. And like I said, these are 200 watt panels from Harbour Freight. When I tested them before, they put out more than that. We're at 177 right now, and they're not optimally angled for the sun. So I'm satisfied with that. And when I tested them before and they were putting out more, it was cooler. So we all know solar panels, the hotter it gets, the less efficient they get. We're gonna go on our 1 hour check here, see what's going on. Hour, we are 11.5 amps, roughly 15.5 volts, 178 watts, which is pretty good. Let's see where the EcoFlow's at. EcoFlow's at 45%. And it says we've got an hour to go. So yeah, that's charging pretty quick. Basically my little setup here, these Harbour Freight panels come with these SAE style connectors, and I just got adapters. You don't have to do that, you can wire it yourself. But SAE to not MC, to Anderson power pole connectors. And basically I got a Anderson power pole bus, and I got that meter to go in between so I don't screw anything up. Make sure I ain't overloading anything or underloading anything. And that right there is the cable, and the other end that goes in here. The end I said I wasn't crazy about in my first reviews of this. But anyway, it's charging pretty quick, and we're looking good. So we'll come out in another 30 minutes or so and check on it again. Coming up on an hour and a half now. And y'all got no reason to believe me because I didn't show you the time. If you can look and tell, you see how much I've been rotating as the sun, following the sun. So that's the only thing I've done that you haven't seen. And right now we are getting, whoops, I'm backwards, upside down to it. 173 watts, 174 watts, 11 amps, 15.5 volts. Roughly what we've been getting. And EcoFlow says it's 62% full with an hour left to go. And the time is 12:33. We did start at 11. So there we go. We'll come check it again in 30 more minutes. All right. Coming up on the 2-hour mark of our test. And we are still charging, it sounds like. And we got 174 watts, 11.5 amps, 15.5 volts still. What the EcoFlow say? EcoFlow says 75%. We got 41 minutes left to go. And it says we're getting 171 at the EcoFlow. So yeah, it's charging quite well. I'm gonna have to readjust a little bit, but we'll readjust and come back in 30 more minutes and see where we're at. This is the 2-hour mark and we're 75% full. I figured I'd touch on the app here for just a second. It does tell you what's going on, tells you what you're charging at, 163 watts. Kind of gives you an estimated time left. And so I didn't really have to do all that running out there and checking. I could have just checked it from the app. We're gonna go on the 2.5-hour update. It's 1:30. And we're gonna see what the EcoFlow River to Max is doing. See where we're at here. We're at 91%. And it says we got 13 minutes to go. And it is 1:30. And that's our setup. You can see basically we were pointed that way this morning. And we've moved full around this way. And I could stand to angle those panels down a little less, but or a little more. But they're gonna stay like they are. It's good enough for now. If I was really on it, if we really needed it, I would stay on it. Which brings about a good point to me, that doing this to recharge things like this, you pretty much got to have somebody manning it all day long. Every 30 minutes or so, you got to come out and then adjust your panels to get the maximum out of them. So that's something to think about. Even with what little bit we got left, I'm gonna readjust these a little bit, see if I can get a little bit more than 167 watts out of it right at this moment. I'm gonna readjust them and we'll see. Right, this is gonna be the 3rd hour that the EcoFlow River 2 Max has been charging on these 2 Harbor Freight 100-watt solar panels. We've been getting roughly 170 watts out of them today, which has dropped down a little bit. We got 156 right now, and the EcoFlow is 99% charged with 5 minutes left to go, it says. So we'll see. But anyway, we're we're at the 3-hour mark, and we're still charging, and we're almost home. All right, it's now about 5 minutes past 3. We can come look at our setup, and I hear the fans off on the EcoFlow, and we are drawing nothing, and the EcoFlow is 100% charged. So 3 hours and 5 minutes from 12% to 100% charged. That's pretty good. And on the Harbour Freight solar panels, that I got 4 of them. I got 2 of them I paid $79 a piece for, and 2 of them I paid $99 a piece for, and for the money, they're pretty decent. All right, we're gonna sum up our little EcoFlow River 2 Max testing, and I'm gonna do it on the go here. Originally tested out the unit, got it at 28 or 23 or 24% on it. Charged it by the wall, and then we took it out and ran a dorm room style refrigerator on it, and it lasted 6¼ hours doing that, which is okay. I mean, like I said, it was a dorm room style refrigerator, and it's an AC refrigerator. I'm going to look at getting a DC powered like travel refrigerator, just because it's way more efficient. But like I said before, this unit is probably best served for camping and charging your small items, phones, camera batteries, drone batteries, remote control car batteries. I wouldn't depend on it as a main unit for emergencies, but it will buy you some time during one, let you charge your bigger units up again. I like it. It's real light, it's real portable. They don't weigh 14-15 pounds, and it does charge fast. You saw we were able to get from 12% today to 100% in about 3 hours and 5 minutes, and that was with 2 100-watt Harbour Freight solar panels that I was getting around 170, 175, 180 watts on a continuous basis. It would float between 165 and 185 on a continuous basis, and got what you got, 12% to 100% in 3 hours and 5 minutes. But having said that, in just that brief 3 hours and 5 minutes, kind of taught me how much attention is needed to keeping up with the sun if you're doing all this manually. You don't have your panels mounted on anything that tracks the sun. If you're out there doing it manually, I mean, it pretty much about every 30 minutes you got to be out there moving panels. So did learn a lesson with that. We'll see if we can come up with something better. I'm gonna keep it. I like it because of its size, and it'd be great for tailgating, great for, like I said, camping, fishing trip, you know. But I wouldn't depend on it for emergencies. Anyway, thank you for watching this series, and I'm gonna be learning. I got to learn how to put links to other videos and links to other stuff in my videos, so I'll be learning that. So y'all be patient with me. Please click like and subscribe, and feel free to ask me any questions, and if there's any direction you want to see me go in, feel free to comment about it. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day, and we'll see you later.